Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and to all the adjudicators. In this occasion, I will give you some of my arguments about defunding the police. A movement to slash funding for police departments or to disband them entirely has surged in the wake of George Floyd's assassination in the Minneapolis police custody 3 months ago, with activists, local leaders, and the elected officials coming to drastically reshape public safety amid nationwide protest of police brutality. Demonstrants have chanted "Defund the police," and they have printed the slogan on face masks and spray paint it on every wall in numerous cities. In Washington, D.C., the phrase now has appeared in huge yellow letters on the newly named Black Lives Matter Plaza near the White House in America. So long, a concept floated among left-leaning activist officials from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles are now seriously considering ways to scale back their police departments and redirect funding to social programs. The moves will be a strong show of solidarity with protesters who are clamoring for social justice and to strike back at what they see as an aggressive force across the country. 2 months ago, 9 members of the Minneapolis City Council announced that they were seeking to dismantle the city's police department after former official Derek Chauvin was filmed kneeling on Floyd's neck for nearly 9 minutes as the 46-year-old black man gasped for breath and pleaded for help. The officials faced a politically fraught decision about how to respond, weighing whether to stand with the protesters who are demanding for an extreme overhaul at the risk of jeopardizing public safety and taking the authority away from the police officers. Proponents of police defunding says reform alone is not enough. It's not worked in the past. They say leaders must make policy change that reduces reliance on officers and reallocate money spent on law enforcement to black communities for service such as schools, healthcare, and housing. In Washington, Police Chief Peter Newsman have cautioned the lawmakers to move carefully, warning that not appropriately funding police departments could contribute to police brutality. Here is why all the American citizens should support the call to defund the police. 1. Police in the United States was established to maintain the white supremacy. The police are not a neutral body, and the institution is inherently biased. They don't really care about the livings of the black peoples. Number 2, police does not keep the American citizens safe. Despite the billions of dollars they spend every year, more than 15,000 people were killed by gun violence in 2019 alone. This is absolutely dangerous for us if we live in the United States of America. 3. Black organizers are calling for divestment from policing and investment in human needs across the country. You see, the Black Lives Matter organization more cares about every human needs across the country more than the police department does. In conclusion, supporting the police defund because every single police in the Minnesota and Washington DC are biased with the livings of the black people. Even though they are not guilty, the police killed them for no reason, just because they are black. I think that's all for today. Thanks for your attention.